Welcome back to another episode of Full and Hard Truths, where we talk about the raw, uncut experience in the military. Today we got two special guests with us.
Hi, you guys. I am First Lieutenant Joseph, and I'm here with...
Hi there, this is Specialist Fam.
And we're going to touch on an important topic today. Thank y'all, first of all, for joining us on this episode. Thanks for being a part of it, but thank you for being, supporters of us also.
The topic of this episode is LGBTQ community, and just touch about what that actually is.
Sure. So the LGBTQ community, which I guess more PC is the LGBTQIA plus community. I know that is a lot of letters.
Hold on. The wait, one again?
LGBTQIA plus.
QIA is the plus.
Okay.
She gonna tell us what that.
Yeah.
Please elaborate. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. Nobody knows. We had this conversation offline, right?
Yeah.
Where the plus. We gotta get into nobody knew it was a lot of those extra letters.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate a little bit, ma'am, on what that is?
Sure. So lesbian, gay, bi, trans. That's what everyone knows. Q is queer. So that's just like people that don't really subscribe to any of them. They just know they're a little fruity.
You said subscribe. Okay.
Really
like and
accept.
subscribe.
I can subscribe. Go ahead.
I is for intersex people. Intersex people are folks that don't have XX or XY chromosomes.
Okay.
So they fall into a different category, which is something else within like the binary, male, female. Like people kind of are trying to break that mold, because even if, you are male or female, like sometimes we don't know, like in some intersex people don't know that they're intersex because it's a chromosomal thing. Or like they might have certain attributes, like a male, like he might look male, but he has breasts.
Right.
He doesn't know why,
Right.
but it's because it's a chromosomal issue. So that's intersex. And then A is asexual. Asexual people don't have a sexual desire.
Okay.
Usually. There's a spectrum and all of this stuff, but that's that.
Well, we appreciate the educating. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Explain.
Nobody. Me personally, the ignorance of you just know what we know, which is what's out there.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Just a little bit. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. What you did say First Lieutenant. First of all, congratulations on a recent promotion. And just a little bit about your experience, your tenure. Just let the people know who you are and why this is you.
Absolutely. So I am a first lieutenant. My process was a little different than other people. I came into the military as an 09 Romeo. That means I was a simultaneous. It's a part of the SMP program, simultaneous membership program. Where I went to basic training, did my basic training, which a lot of officers don't go to basic training.
Right.
And then right after that, my orders was to go to school. So I went to the University of Oregon, and I did all 4 years of ROTC there. And within the first 2 years, I contracted officially as a cadet.
Okay.
While I was there, I was a part of the Oregon National Guard. I was an E1 to E4.
Hold up. The Oregon National. Wait. How the hell you get to Oregon? How did that happen?
I know I hop around a lot. So I'm originally from Georgia, y'all know. Beaufort, Georgia, if anybody's aware.
Hey, okay, shot your city
Gwinnett
out.
County, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, I was 17. I wanted to get away from Georgia because a lot of the people I was surrounded by stayed. And I got accepted to a bunch of colleges. I had scholarships, and I was just like, let me go to the farthest place possible so I don't go back home.
Okay.
Yeah, Oregon was it.
Oregon was it. And then I decided to challenge myself.
Tell us.
Literally, I was like, I'm here. I'm going all the way over here.
Oh my God.
Don't come visit.
Yo, that's crazy.
People that visit Oregon.
No. That in itself is a whole thing. But yeah, I did my whole program out there, part of the infantry unit in Oregon, and officially commissioned, or excuse me, became a cadet my sophomore year of college, and then I commissioned as a second lieutenant in June 2020.
Okay.
That is genuinely interesting. I never knew about this. Then again, we never really talked too much.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's good to know more. You're from Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh,
My
snap.
God. I always wanted to visit a bunch of different, like, I find going on a road trip, possibly in the future, it's like visit every single state in the U.S. So it's just like I would love to just hear more about about Georgia in this case.
Yeah.
Right.
We can definitely chat offline. I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Let's
though.
do it.
That's dope.
Should I go next? So I'm just a guy. I'm just here. No. Specialist fam. I've been in for about 7 years. I was split ops, so I enlisted when I was 17, still in high school. And I really didn't know what to do with my life, and my father really wanted me to join, so I said, sure. And I still loved PA, and I still love Philly, so I'll enlist into the Guard. So I basically started my career early, and it was not as cool as I thought it was, trying to flex on my peers, being like, I'm in the Army. No, it was not cool. It was just, I'm a guy. 42 office, so I mainly just do talk office work. We've worked together a few times over there. And so overall, I was deployed once down to Kuwait. I was with you guys.
Right.
It was an interesting experience. Fun is the best descriptor. And yeah, realistically, I do my own things around. I do outside of here. I do go to conventions. I love all my different hobbies, but I definitely am more into cosplay right now. So I'm trying to get into I've learned how to do makeup on myself.
Nice.
I am learning how to sew and make my own costumes and props. Yeah. So and the funny thing is I don't show it here, but I am very more feminine presenting outside of this whenever I feel like it. I really, for me, I really don't see the barrier. I don't see the point of a social barrier between clothing wise. Everyone should wear whatever they feel like, right? It's everyone's accepting of how females can wear masculine clothing.
Right.
In my case, my if they are allowed to do that, I should be allowed to wear a skirt.
Right.
Let me wear my dresses. Let me wear whatever the heck I feel like. Right.
I
I will not care. I'm gonna wear my earrings. I'm gonna wear my piercings. I'm gonna wear my rings. I don't care.
It's crazy that you say that, and I never you wouldn't see that.
No.
Right.
Being here, fam, we you 7 years. I'm 9 going on 10, and I would never you bubbly, you joyful. I can't even see. Yo, that's a fact, bro. I can't even see that, but I'm glad that you able to share that, because it's two sides of you.
Yeah. It's really funny because a lot of people when they first talk to me, or at least when you guys first see me, it's oh, he might be just a normal guy that dresses.
That's what I got.
Yeah, but no, it's there are multiple sides to it. It's just to me, I don't consider what's it called? What I do, my hobby, and I guess my sexuality and my identity as entirely just my personality.
Right.
I'm more than just what I wear, what I do. I am still me, and I do whatever I really feel like, and that's how I really wish people.
I love that.
Fam, I ain't gonna lie to you. Nobody will ever think that you
Right.
don't do what the fuck and how you feel, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I can show you guys pictures of me in
That's
cosplay.
never ever been a something that fam ain't gonna do what he want and how he feel. Since I know you, you've been very vocal on how what fam want to say, he gonna fucking say, and that's what's up. I'm glad to get that out there.
But yeah, overall, it's just I'm also very glad to be here. I'm happy to speak about my experiences, especially as an enlisted here, lower enlisted in this case. And this is my experience of being a member of the LGBTQ. I've always known that I was either bisexual or gay, leaning of some sort, ever since I was in high school.
Okay.
And joining the military and enlisting has definitely given me some very special experiences in this, field.
I was going to ask you, well, really for both of you, was it hard for you guys to come out to your peers and let everyone know, or how was that experience?
So in my experience, it was a little difficult, but my experience is a bit different because my mom is queer. So like it just it was
Did it make it easy because your mom was
no,
queer, or
and that's
no?
the surprising part.
Okay.
So there's like I think there's a lot of internalized homophobia, and for people that don't really understand what that is, it's like self-hatred or you want to conform to X, Y, and Z, and you want to, but you also want to be yourself in a way that doesn't harm you. I'm from the South, so like, yeah, like you can be gay in Atlanta, is real gay, but it's like you can't be that gay. You can't be this type of gay. You can't do this.
So, what you saying that? How does that image and you being in the role that you are as a lieutenant and being in this uniform, like how did that? What I want to ask is how does that shape how you carry yourself here?
Oh, I got I already got like 4 strikes against me. I'm black. I'm young. Bam and I are the same age. I'm 23 years old. Black, female, gay, and young. So those are my 4 strikes. And I really have to think about how I present myself in areas of leadership, because I am frequently like either the only black person in the room, the only female, or a combination of the two, or in the only gay one, visibly at least. You never know. But I look gay.
I look gay.
At least you can look.
Oh
look.
my god!
Fam, outside of
Oh
the
my
uniform, you can if you like.
It's just I get lazy. That's just half the battle for me. I just get really lazy, and as well as like if I wanted to look more queer, I'd like to grow my hair out, but as per policy, I can't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I guess on that point too, like how has being queer as a guardsman affected like my civilian life? Like I can't really express myself the way that I want to express myself outside. And I feel like that's a shared sentiment with everybody.
Right.
Because we have to uphold regulations.
Right.
But it's kind of it becomes like a little difficult, like trying to convey yourself and who you are in a organization that's so restricted.
Yeah, right.
So that I feel like I would definitely resonate with you on that. Like it'd be nice to have an eyebrow piercing.
Like there's so many times I wanted to get like a piercing on my ears, but I just know for a fact that they just wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Right. And I was just like, why? It's like you've already allowed this other policy already for like female soldiers to wear piercings. Like granted, like very small ones, but like when it comes to males, just like no, a straight no.
So do you think that, because we get into the topic of like the identifying thing, right? Where, I mean, not to say that you identify as a female, but like say, for instance, the Army only looks at male, female.
Yes.
Right? So we're, in the sense of what you're saying right now, hey, y'all let females change their earrings, right? Y'all let them change how they wear their hair, how they do this. Do you think like it should be a little bit more lenient on, because the way that they want to look at it as is just male, female, right?
Yeah, and they want.
You think it should be a little bit more lenient towards, like, I guess, individuality a little bit, or?
I wouldn't say that is the exact solution. I would say, I mean, that's a way to do so, but I'd say like an equal treatment in both sexes, because and you guys have seen before how there is technically a different treatment between the genders already,
Right.
And this policy of just of basically treating males and females no matter what differently, and even by policies, it very much in this case might hinder certain people that might want to enlist but they don't want to give up their own lifestyle,
right.
Or even they might want to leave the military because it doesn't support their own lifestyle. And that's just that's the thing where it's just like they realistically, all I really want is just an equal treatment. I want to be able to have the ability and the choice to, at the very least, just exactly present myself however I feel like. But in this case, just the very small nuances, not like the big rings. Like let me be able to wear a piercing on one of my ears, a very small one, right? Maybe like a gem or whatever. Let me be able to, at the very least, like be allowed to wear like clear nail polish or something like that. And it's just like,
well, technically, you can.
Yes.
With the nail polish part. Now I get what you're saying as far as like that. Now, me personally, I little things like shaving. Like, bro, I'm right with you with that. Like, it's certain things that I feel like that we need as being here, and we serving at the end of the day. It's not hurting anybody.
No,
it's not gonna hurt you, especially you as a 42 Alpha. You're in the talk. You are dealing with paperwork. You're not in the field. You're not. How are you gonna hurt somebody with earring? I get it. I
agree.
And it's just feasibly, it's just like, it's all the reason being they make these policies, in this case, against the males, just so then they can enforce the clean look. Right? To look professional. And that's understandable, but I have seen plenty of professional looking soldiers who definitely do not fit and by the standards of all these policies.
Please.
Right? Like, long-haired soldiers, that's fine. We all you need to do is just keep it, clean, keep it tied up, keep it together, not just like all flailing about, right? That's fine. Just let me have my long hair. I'll put it into a tail. That's fine.
Long hair.
Sam said, "Let me get my
long hair." Please. Right?
That's all he wants.
And arguably, like soldiers should be allowed to have a bit of facial hair. I mean, we already allow bits of mustaches, but like certain soldiers that have issues with shaving in general, just like dry shaving or just wet shaving, and like shaving profiles exist, and it hurts when I overheard like that apparently they're cutting down on the shaving profile. I'm just like, why is it now temporary?
That's a topic for another day, brother.
It's ridiculous, but
trust me.
All of these are aesthetics that do not hurt the productivity of anything.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's us as human beings doing our job.
Right.
What is the point of trying to restrict the length of someone's hair, the size of someone's beard, what a person is allowed, the tiny minutiae of what a person wants to wear as a piercing on their ear, right? It's, can you get to holding a weapon and firing at command or doing the job you are supposed to be assigned to do? Right? That is it. It does not hurt anyone at the end of the day. The only people that I realistically think that is going to hurt from the appearance are external soldiers that have already retired and are old and have complaints about every single thing that is changing.
Yeah, right.
That's it, because they didn't get because half of them didn't get access to this. But
he digresses. I feel it. No, bro. Listen, I'm right with you with this sentiment. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help that like.
So your experience coming up, but you never said.
Oh yeah, sorry. So, to my like family and peers, to my peers, at least my friends outside of the military, my civilian friends, it was a lot easier because they're already allies or members already, and so it was very easy for me to come out to them. When it came to like family, it was a bit more difficult, especially with like a very conservative father and a conservative mother who was more open to changes. To my mother, it was a bit easier because I just told her like, Mom, I might like guys in addition to women. And I still gave her the option, like, I could date a woman or a female, and that's not an issue. It's just, I'm attracted to males. And my mother was very understanding of it. She just, at the end of the day, has the condition of, I want grandchildren. And that's just it. My father, on the other hand, he also has the condition of wanting grandchildren, but he's like conservative Catholic, conservative Christian is what I would say. And he abides by the code in the Bible saying that like only man and women can wed, or man and women can be in a relationship, right? And when I tried like coming out to him, even like passively, just being like, Dad, how would you feel if I decided to date a guy or like a guy in a non-friendly way, in like a romantic sense? And he's just like, men can't do that. And I love my father. He did raise me away from my sociopathic mother, and that's that's another point. Family is a bit rocky, I would say. She has her own little issues. But yeah, like he helped raise me, and he helped like support me through a bunch of things that I wanted to do for my own, and I still love him for that. But the one thing where it's just like I want to express my romantic emotions in a different way that is counter to how you believe, and he still wishes to reject that and not just accept it, it does hurt, or at the very least just like tolerate it. Because I even told him like, I even told him straight up, Dad, I have a boyfriend. I'm dating a male. And he didn't cut contact from me, but he's just like, I'm willing to let you do this because you are in the service, right? And I'm willing to let this. But at the end of the day, I want you to, at the very least, marry a woman and have a child with her. And, you know, some people can say, oh, that's kind of reasonable. I don't think so. You're legitimately restricting my marriage in this case, my permanent commitment to a person.
Right.
That I cannot commit permanently to the person that I genuinely love, and just for your own sanity, just for your own benefit and your own emotional like stability. And it hurts. Now, like within the military, it's like I don't, and because of that, coming out here was a bit difficult to everyone. Granted, I'm a bit more open now, but when I first joined for the first I'd say 2-3 years of my service, it was a bit more difficult because as my father, who is still very conservative, and he's always pushed on this ideology that the military is all this conservative, restricting thing. You can't stray from the norm. I always tried to hide a lot of my stuff. Like I don't present myself in the way that I want just to conform. I choose to stay quiet on certain topics, like in this case, like who did I hook up with the first day, or did the person I was talking to on a dating site, did I get with them, or who am I dating? What is my preferences, all that such. Like I had to like kind of just avoid and brush away half of those things. And it was only after I really got comfortable enough and understand that like there are other people that are on the same boat as me that I was able to more openly express everything about myself. And I'd say the biggest catalyst is mainly how, in this case, the small minority of people that wishes to like yell out that they hate the LGBTQ, the things that are different from the minority of the extreme conservatives, right? It made me like it snapped something in me that made me say, you know what? I don't want to hide, just out of spite of all these people that wish to oppress me. I am going to say what I am and express what I am loud and proud.
We appreciate
I love that. Yes.
We appreciate that.
So what can the military change to make people feel more comfortable?
Okay, so I think not to put like young versus old, but we get a lot of complaints like about this new army, this new army, and that based off like what he just said. Like some people don't like things out of spite of. Like there was time like I'm third generation army. My grandma, my grandpa met in the army. My mom and dad met in the army. Now it's me. I'm the first officer as well. They're telling me stories like, yeah, gay people used to get beat back behind the barracks.
Yeah, I heard
like stuff like that. So, similar to Fam's point, like I feel like, you know, it's nice to be able to be like free and open with sexuality, right? But coming from where I am on the side of things, I already got too much shit against me. Like it's bold enough for me to even be in these rooms and have the audacity to speak sometimes. So to be like, hey, like I'm already, like I said, visibly queer. To just be like, hey, me and my girlfriend did this and this and that. It's already, I can already see lips curl at that. So it's a societal thing. It's bigger than the army. I don't think the army can really do too much, except like, I mean, honestly, like we're in a space where we're already taking steps back on progressive things when it comes to race. Like to add queerness on top of that, like I don't feel like the army is even have the foundation right now to tackle that. Like there's more, I think, umbrella issues within the army. And not to say that we don't deserve like policy changes and stuff like that. But as an army, like we need to get on like sexual assault. We need to get on the alcohol. We need to get on like standards, like just the basic standard mental health.
Right.
Yeah, like we have so much things to worry about. Queerness is important, but it's like you gotta have a quality of life before you can even start thinking about other stuff. Not to say it's not important.
Right.
But we got some real rooted
problems.
problems.
No facts.
And as an organization.
Yes, I agree with everything that you said. On top of, like, I feel like that, in a sense, at some point, the organization as a whole will change. Right now, it's probably way past all of our tenure for a fact. Why? Because the focus is very much not on that topic. It is everything else, which needs to be the focus.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, you do the majority. I don't even think that that's a poll right now.
No, I think it's also something to consider. Individuality, like in basic, you're not an individual.
Right.
You are a team.
Right.
So the things, like I believe as individuals, we come together and we make our team stronger.
Correct.
Once we are able to express our individuality and our different backgrounds. It can be contradictory to say, hey, we are not individuals, we are a team, but then you want to hear about other people's backgrounds and encourage people of different backgrounds to come to this thing. When that's not the case, they're selling a false dream, in my opinion.
To be fair, in the aspect of it, I feel like that the individuality is what makes this place what it is. Because honestly, everything that y'all mentioned is what made y'all who y'all are today, right? Why you are and why you changed to be who you are today. What you went through and why you decided to leave and go wherever you decided to go, which now you are an LT in this organization. Like, I feel like that individuality is a necessity here. And once somebody look at, hey, these people trying to destroy who they are as an individual, and making, yes, I get the whole concept of we need to break you down to make you a soldier, right? But if I wasn't who I was outside of here, that I wouldn't be who I am inside of here, if that makes sense. Like me, my struggles, my background, my whatever is what make me the leader that I am in this place. And everything that y'all been through, whether your sexuality, whether your trials and tribulations, whatever, is what make you who you are and why you are what is needed in this organization, if that makes sense.
I mean, I think this should be part of every soldier's packet
Oh,
list here.
my.
All right. I think this would help a lot, don't you think? Would you like to
Yes.
You know what? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in.
Wait, what is the prop, fam? What was that? Talking about, what does it say?
Sounds gay. I'm in.
This should be the title, y'all.
This
That's
is
definitely gonna be the title.
yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, I love that.
So I think this should be handed out to every soldier to help spread the awareness. You know, help spread the love, don't you think?
Spread the love.
But yeah, I do definitely agree. Like for more support and more inclusivity in the Army, it definitely is more like a social level, and especially just like how soldiers were trained and of how to just kind of put this down, to how to like work as a team and lose their sense of individuality and then immediately try to gain it back, and then they still don't get it back.
Right.
I mean, it is fairly difficult. I'll be honest. I think a lot of the issues kind of just derive from old people that old people. More old Army.
You said it right.
Yeah.
The older people of the Army who don't want to let up the same nonsense that they have.
Yes.
They argue about, that they fight about, that they hated about this place, but they still want that same nonsense The standard is always going to be the standard. We know what the mission is. We know what the task is. We know what we got to do at the end of the day. So I don't see the issue.
I'm right with him. I don't see the issue at all.
It's
And
what
again,
it is.
people may feel differently, and you are
And that's
more
fine.
than willing to have your opinions, have your feelings, and that's just the human nature of things. That everybody's going to feel differently about how you feel, how she feels, and how I feel. But at the end of the day, I mean, our feelings they're not valid. Like,
I'd like to ask y'all a question.
okay,
To flip it back on
Definitely
y'all.
wasn't ready for this.
hold up now.
And it's an order. I'm just
But
like,
Yeah.
what has y'all's interaction been as straight people with queer people within the ranks? And like, what have y'all had like people come up to you, like, or how is it being an ally?
Okay.
On the other side of the house, than actually people that are queer. Like, how do you as leaders and support those people?
Well, for me, I'm just now finding out about him. I know him this whole time, just like maybe a couple months ago. So there's not a lot of people that come up to me and like, hey, Sergeant Chester, I'm this or I'm that. Like, I don't know. I hear through the grapevine or through other people. So I'll say,
Go ahead.
I don't really know. Like, if they come to me and they want to say, like, Sergeant Chester, do you think we should add a class? Absolutely. Add a class to it. Mental health, suicide. Talk about that too. So,
Yeah.
Me personally, how can I say this? I don't really give a shit, honestly. Like, I mean, if one of my soldiers, whatever your sexual preference is, I don't care. I don't care. Just don't bring the shit to me. I'm being completely honest with you. Like for instance, right? In some cases, you can't control who you like. You can't control who's attracted.
Right.
You're attracted to, right? Now, I am extremely straight. I love my woman, right? I don't deal with the other side. I have family members that are gay. I have family members that cross-dress. I have I had a uncle that was murdered for being that cross-dress. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, none of that shit bothers me. But at the same time, you have to be understanding when a straight male says, yo, I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit. But as a leader, I don't give a shit what you do, how you feel, what you love. At the end of the day, I am here to give you guidance. I am here to make sure you are good. The rest of that shit don't matter to me.
I think, and I asked y'all to get y'all a little uncomfortable. I did that on purpose.
Oh, it ain't going. It don't.
Because y'all had to be like, oh.
No, not at
Like,
all. That's the thing. Like,
wait,
listen, you got to think, man. So we both of us been in the same squad we've been in fourth squad, and now she, third squad. I didn't have soldiers, and whatever their preference is outside of here, it don't make a difference to me.
Yeah.
You can pick up the phone and say, hey, Sergeant Rocky Moore, my boyfriend just beat me the fuck up. Hey, bro, listen, what you want to happen? That ain't, we not, my girlfriend just slapped me around. Well, what you want to happen, bro? Like, I don't, at the end of the day, I don't care about none of that. I'm a leader first, and me being a leader means that I'm taking you as my soldier under my wing, and I take all that come with it. That's it.
And that's like the mentality that we like. Like, I liked what you said earlier. Was like, I don't care like what you do outside of here. I'm just making sure you're good. Because I think one thing that is lacking, right, is just kind of awareness. Like, no one talks about it. Like, even when you're saying, like, we're in, like, no one wants to say gay. No one wants to say LGBTQ.
They say gay. Hold on now.
Well, and even
jokingly, in this place, the term, gay and all that other stuff, like, that shit get thrown around a lot. Like, how people just play around.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to say is, like, when we're seriously talking about queerness, LGBTQ, it's like that, or like it's like this thing, or it's just like skipped over. Like, I was in a brief or whatever, and this is when I was in bowling, like out active duty military situation, and under sexuality, it said non-binary. Non-binary is not a sexuality. So non-binary is a gender preference. So it shows how uneducated the people that are like talking to us are about like topics. Like hearing y'all say, "Hey, like I don't care." Some people just need to hear that.
Yeah.
And it's in like it's not. It's assumed that yeah, we're like we respect LGBTQ plus community, but now we're in a situation where that even the acronym is getting pulled off websites.
Right.
So it's up to leaders if they really do want to make people feel comfortable to one, be outwardly gay,
Right.
or to outwardly support in a space where it is difficult to say something.
Right.
It's difficult to exist. We can't make the assumption that y'all, because you're good leaders here,
Right.
that y'all would actually be accepted. Because I've been in situations where I'm like, oh my God, I love this dude. Like, he's so cool. And then he posts some off the wall shit that I just
Right.
He's
didn't-
like, yo, like,
Hold
what
up
happened?
now.
Yeah,
Hold
what
up,
happened?
my guy.
It's cool. What?
I
Right.
thought you was cool. But now I'm hearing that you said this and this about somebody else.
And that's not.
And that's not
Yeah.
cool. Or it's a difference between a female that's gay and a male that's gay.
Mm.
It's the dichotomy of those two things too. That's a whole different thing.
I think most people don't really touch on it or speak on it because they don't want to be ignorant and say the wrong thing. Because I just learned so much sitting here, really, to be honest. So.
Well, that's the thing I think it would help a lot is like if there are those that are just confused or there are leadership that just don't know, I'd say it's important just asking questions. Genuinely, it doesn't hurt to just ask a soldier, being like,
But you don't want to offend someone. Like, if someone just walked up and was like, so, Cam, do you find such and such attractive?
That's
Or-
that's
That's crazy.
inappropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
that's one thing. But what I mean, like asking questions, is kind of like,
That's crazy.
No.
what you think about them over there?
Yeah.
Right. That's how people
You
are.
like
though.
that?
I'll respond to the most unhinged
Yeah.
way you ask me that.
Hey,
though, by
yo.
the way.
That's how
I
people
can see
are.
that. I don't know why.
If you ask me, I'd be like, I think the grass is pretty nice.
Oh, okay.
Just make a hole. I'll be fine with it. Anyways, but genuinely, like, if a soldier comes up to you and they are like presenting in a certain way and they have explicitly given it to you, right? And they've shared to you like all this personal information that they wouldn't have normally, right? And if you're still confused and you still want to ask, like, don't be afraid to ask. Like, for me personally, like, there are moments where like you guys don't know, like, that I do X and Y such outside of here, right? Or I present in this certain way, but you guys did know that I kind of was leaning in one way or another possibly. And the funny thing is, I was actually fine with actually sharing most of the stuff that I've experienced if you just ask the question. That's the thing. It's just like, I understand where people is just like, oh, I'm afraid because I might offend someone and I might hurt their feelings. And that's understandable. But I'd say being like living under a rock and being ignorant of all this information that is freely available to you hurts even more.
Right.
Because
Right.
you make a statement that you're ignorant of and you do not know the context of, it will hurt more than just you asking, hey, what does
gay or like ask inappropriate questions in that regard, but it is important to just recognize that that's a thing, or recognize like when like on all these suicide prevention groups, they be like, just say something to them, just show them that they're seen,
Right.
because yeah, like no one's willingly saying these things because they're scared that it's uncomfortable or something like that. If you know, like use your best discernment. Like don't be crazy, but like just let it, like let's not make it so taboo to where we can't just approach them. Because it's not that deep. It really ain't.
Right.
It don't matter who I go home to.
Absolutely
it really don't.
not.
Yeah.
But it shows me that you care about me on a whole nother level if
Okay.
you're asking about
Okay.
my girlfriend or
Right.
what. I'm single.
Yo, you are like the. I guess this is going to be the new dating
We can't
podcast
do
because
that.
literally everybody want to come over.
I'm taking. Don't worry about me.
Oh, everybody want to come on here and they want to get it off. Do you?
Hey man, I'm just saying. We
Single,
talking
take it.
about it.
Okay.
Empty.
Oh man.
But that's all I'm
Issues.
saying. It's just like you're showing interest in something beyond like whatever. Like even if it's just in general, I think that's just a leadership thing. Like, how'd your kickball tournament go the other day? You know,
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
Like, did you go to the Pride Parade? If I said last month I was going to the Pride Parade,
Right.
that's all.
Yeah, that's why when me and my dad was going over every episode of what we was going to talk about, we thought this would be like really, really one of the most important ones because it's not out there enough. So, you know, whether giving a class or having a platoon talk about it, just anything, you know, to bring it back and make people feel comfortable, you know. So
It's hard. It's hard to be a pioneer in like
Yeah.
those spaces. It's hard to bring up stuff that people don't want to talk about. And honestly, we do have a lot of homophobia within our ranks.
Yes.
So, and it being a predominantly male like institution too, like at least our ranks is just like it's different. It's different. It's more acceptable for me, and even in that situation, it's like fetishized as well. So like that's fucking weird. Like,
Very. It's ridiculous how so many that I've met here that's just like, oh my god, you're gay, you lean this way. How does it feel to like go to bed with someone or like go?
hate that.
And I'm like, why do you care?
So have you? That was going to be the next thing going to like. So has there been a time within y'all tenure, you know, that you had, or not discriminated, but you've been made feel uncomfortable, where since it was like, I don't really know about why are you even asking me these questions? Because I know you said, you know, ask the question, but at the same time, it's like, well, you're trying a little bit too much. Like, what the fuck? What is going on here?
I mean, I can start off, and there have been moments where I have been conversating with peers or even leaders, and they have asked me questions that I really didn't feel too comfortable talking. I mean, a few good examples is just like sometimes they ask like, how does it feel to like sleep with a guy as a guy, and or at least how like on these moments, and there are even moments where they're just like, do you use this X app? In this case, Grindr or whatever, and it's like, oh, how does it? I bet it's just so much better on finding a date on there. I'm just like, I don't think you understand what I have to go through. I'm willing to definitely answer some of these questions you have, but the how you're presenting it makes it seem as if like you're treating it as if like it's a not something you want to learn about me, but more just like an interesting like hobby to like ask about, or just like it's just
intrusive questions.
Yeah, it's just like I don't feel too comfortable unless like it's something like definitely unless like we're close enough that I understand that like the dynamics of like me with them. But if it's just like a random leadership that I just meet like maybe once a month on average, and they just ask me that out of the blue, or just like suddenly just in the middle of a conversation with each other, like ask me that, I'm just like, I don't feel like sharing that, right? Granted, I thrive on the uncomfortable. So if they make me uncomfortable, I'll make them uncomfortable back.
Oh shit.
That's just me. So
First, on my side of the house, I have more of an issue with my blackness than my queer.
Okay.
I haven't really had any instances of somebody coming up to me asking me anything crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, like, or I mean, when I was in basic, like you know, it's like little things that girls don't want to change.
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to see you no way.
Yeah.
But
that's the stigma though. Like,
It is.
why does everybody think that just because you like same gender or whatever, like, bro, why do you think that if I go in to go shower, that you gonna be staring while I'm in the shower? Same thing, like you as a female, like why are you not taking clothes off? You think that I like you? Like, first of all, most of y'all look like shit.
yeah,
So with that being said,
you're flattering yourself.
like, bro. So with that
I'm
being
scared
said,
you looking at me.
I'm the best looking one in this room. What the heck are you talking about?
oh
I go
man.
to the bathroom and they're just like, Fam, what you doing in there? I'm like, looking better than you.
Oh shit.
I believe
Good
it.
answer. Good answer. Good answer.
So how do y'all feel about them taking it out of the schools?
God, that's not
I mean, all right, like
Oh.
I'm very, very like political.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I try not to bring my politics into military situations because I hear a lot of shit all the time about politics that I don't agree with. So I'll say that right now, like my political beliefs do not represent the United States Army as a whole, and I am an individual and I have my own opinions. When it comes to that, I think people don't even understand what their position is. They hear LGBTQ and they say absolutely not. Like at the most, what they're trying to say is let's have a boy penguin and a boy penguin hold hands and read the storybook in class.
I see a lot of that. I see a lot of that.
So but I think what I'm saying is, my point is, if you're so open-minded, right? If we're trying to take the taboo-ness out of it all, you can't take the gay out your kid. The kid is still gonna be fruity no matter what. So why put them through the trauma? Like for me, I was around gay people. I knew what it was to be gay. I just thought only grown-ups could be gay.
Right.
So what did I do? I was like, I guess I like boys until I'm a grown-up.
So you're grown up.
But I'm doing, you know, like I'm kissing boys in the hallway because I guess that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like you can't, even if it's straight stuff, like even if kids are gonna experiment and do straight stuff, they're still gonna be doing the same thing. So I think like you're not necessarily advocating for kids to be gay. I'm sorry. I just want to finish this because I get passionate about this because as a queer person, as a kid that was gay, was confused, wasn't sure, even as being surrounded by gay people, queer people, I still didn't feel safe enough to act on it. And I think that would have taken a lot of like my depression, anxiety, like aloneness away if somebody just said, hey, that's possible. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk about sex ed on one thing, because I think like sexualizing kids is like people's biggest argument. But we don't have a problem when it's straight people being sexual on screen. We don't have a problem reading like Sleeping Beauty where she's asleep and this random man comes and kisses her. Like that's odd.
Oh, that's deep.
That's odd. Okay, like let's be real. All right, but if I want to read a storybook of two little gay penguins based off the real story of them in the zoo, of them some actual gay penguins in the zoo, then there's riots. Then there's screaming and uproar. But we can have all this conversation about straight stuff. And, like, let's just be real. If you want to say, if you're homophobic, just say that. Right? Yeah. It just makes it a lot easier. I don't like gay people. Straight like that. If that's what you don't want, if you don't want your kid to learn about queerness, then straight up, boom. But I just want y'all to know you're homophobic.
I have a very big take with this. I'm studying in college to become a teacher. So I have a lot of takes for relating to the educational field. And especially with like trying to restrict teaching about the LGBTQ IA plus in schools, it definitely will only hinder education. As you know, book burnings are already a thing, and that's a different issue entirely. But legitimately restricting the things that children should learn, right? Like I agree with you. Like this is a book about two gay penguins just enjoying each other's company and in the zoo, right? I think legitimately just restricting that stops like a child from being able to understand like, hey, it's okay for me to do this. I understand that this is a thing that people do. Even some children that aren't gay or aren't part of the LGBTQ. when they read that and they just enjoy the story, they now have the idea like, wait, these people, these the gays is what they will call it, are actually kind of nice. They're not trying to harm me. They're not trying to convert me into being gay, because that's a lot of the fears. It's like they're afraid that these books that show explicitly gay relations are gonna make their children apparently somehow convert their sexuality.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, as a man that has 2 children, right? And background wise, their mother she do her whatever she do, right? So with that being said, I'm completely different than y'all, right? I feel like that kids should be kids, and the whole concept, the sexual concept, should not be pushed on them regardless of where they are until they are old enough to understand where it is. Now I get that you want the learning curve of it, right? But for my children, no, I'm not homophobic at all. I can't tell you, like, it's just like saying I got black friends, right? That type of thing. It's gonna be weird. But in the sense of like my children, my son, real rap. I asked my son, hey, yo, you like them little girls? Like, just to see. I asked him, because as a male, there's certain things that I want to see with my kids, right? I don't look at it to be like something that should be pushed onto children. I feel like that it should be a conversation. I feel like at some point they should know about it, they should learn about it, but I don't feel like that it should be something that just be like, strictly, this is what we're going to teach you about. Like, this is the part of the curriculum that, the same thing with when we did like sex ed.
Yeah.
You teach your kids, your parents taught you about your body parts, what should and shouldn't be touched, right? Cool. In school, I feel like that this whole sex ed part, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
So I think that is important to like distinguish. If we don't want sex ed in our schools at all, then that's what we need to say.
And that's what I'm saying.
But that's one thing though, like, we are not, like, a lot of the advocacy for LGBTQ books in schools or teaching in school is a few levels, all right? Like, one, the Gay Penguin book is like a kindergarten book. Would you have a problem with your son hearing about 2 gay penguins holding hands? They're not like kissing or anything, but they're just holding hands. And why?
Well, my son has friends. He has friends who boys, and they probably run around and hold hands and shit, but they're not doing it on a level that I don't know about this fucking penguin. Well, let me just be honest with you. I don't know what
I want to hear his. I want to let him finish.
As far as that go, like, if as kids, it's kids being kids. If they run around, they hold their friends' hands as 2 boys, it's not looked upon as they're doing something. In this sense, everything it seems like it's wrong and right, and that's not where I'm going with it. I don't want it to be like, oh, well, this is wrong and this is right. No, if kids are being kids, let them be kids. But if you're instilling, in a sense, grown ideology on kids where you're talking about your sexual preference should be with a boy and a boy and a girl and a girl, and I just want you to be open to this idea, then that's where I'm going to say, no, my kids are going to be kids. If they want to play with their boy friends and they're somewhat holding hands and skipping and shit like you used to do as a kid, right? Then that's what kids do. Right. The same thing with little girls. If little girls are out here and they're hugging and showing affection because that's what little girls do, then by all means, I'm cool with that. But when you're talking about a book that openly, or something that's openly saying that this is a happy and it turns into a relationship, and that's what you're pushing on whatever, or this is about to go somewhere else. I'm not okay with that part.
I think just to bring my point on is the overall point I'm trying to say is it doesn't need to be weird.
Right. And I get that.
But I think adults make it weird.
That's the problem.
And so if you like, all books that go through schools go through like some type of screening. There's some wild straight books.
And I know, and that's my thing. And I feel like there's a lot that be pushed on kids and it shouldn't be.
So I think that is the conversation. Like if it was a boy and girl penguin, they're not kissing, but they're like girl penguin and boy penguin holding hands going down the
Somewhat.
street. But then it's boy penguin going down the
Now
street.
you're saying-
now they burn the fucking books. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to, I don't have kids,
right,
Okay.
but as a gay kid,
right,
I'm trying to explain like my side of the house, and I'm not gonna tell you how to parent your children.
and I get it.
At the end of the day, do whatever you want to do, whatever doesn't make you feel comfortable, that's well within your rights. I just think it's worth thinking about what triggers a difference. Is it a bigger issue of I don't want sexual anything?
Mhm.
I don't want to see any books with anybody kissing. Nobody can hold
Right,
hands.
no, I get that.
Everybody just needs to be friends in these books.
Please be friends.
Everybody. But then if that's the
Difference.
case, then that's a lot of books gone.
No, I get it. No, and I get it.
So I just want that.
Movies, stories is a lot.
Yeah.
Lot, but it's only because the conversation is open now to what kids are,
Exposed.
exposed
I was
to
gonna say that. Yeah.
is what is ultimately, and is a lot is people just pushing the narrative of nonsense, and I don't like that. Let these kids be kids, bro.
As a kid, do they fully understand what it is to be gay?
Well, here's the thing. That's fair, and I understand that, right? These are like
That's what some people think.
yeah, but thing is, the idea is like a child should just be free to just read whatever they want, and they should be free to just ask the question
Within their age.
within their age. Yes, but the difference is kind of like these are parents that do not want to answer these questions. These are parents that wish to hide the answers to this because they just don't want to handle it. They don't want to be able to just think about it or just try to explain it or learn from this, right? And that's the issue that I have with it as an aspiring teacher, where it's just I am trying, like it's in this case removing like the ability to just have children, in this case read family friendly LGBTQ
Right.
books, right, and having them just basically learn about something, learn about a different part of life that they have never been exposed to, maybe from their home life, and letting them ask the questions and letting them want to learn more, right? I'm not pushing an ideology
Right,
onto them.
right.
I'm just saying, here are the optional stuff that you can learn. Do you want to learn more? And if the child, as a child, just says, no, I want to go play Transformers. I'm going to go play Transformers. There's not an issue. There's no issue, right? But if a
Right,
child
right.
wants to pick up the book, if they want to pick up the gay penguin book, the family-friendly one, where it's just two male penguins,
Right.
just in this case, sliding over.
They should be able to.
Yeah, they should be able to. Let them want to learn,
I get it. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Got
Like, I understand. You're just like, I'm afraid that someone's gonna push their ideologies on my children. That's fine. That's a fear of every parent. You don't want your child to suddenly get the ideology of a cult or a political ideology
Right.
that is incorrect for
Right.
them, right? That's fine. Don't push an idea. Don't push a lesson onto them. What you should really push is let them
Learn.
want to learn. Want to
Right. I get
right?
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay. Well, with that being said, and you guys explained it so well, everybody, I hear this question a lot, like, oh, we give them a month. June is Pride Month. What do you guys feel like about that?
I'll be outside.
You be outside?
I think
Pride month's every month.
that too. I don't like the capitalist, like
Yeah.
rainbows everywhere type of situation. Like, don't try to sell me it because it comes off as corny.
I always wanted to know that.
So, just one last question
Okay.
that got for you. So, as a member of leadership, fam soon to be a member of leadership, what can you guys do in this organization, or in general, something to touch on this topic, or to be able to make this topic a little bit more open in y'all positions, or you're not going to be a first lieutenant forever. Eventually you'll be a captain. You're not going to be E4 forever. Eventually you'll be a sergeant. You'll have soldiers. You'll have a whole command team under you. So what, at some point, can you do to make this a little bit easier, or try to mold in, or if you even want to, make this a topic of discussion, so that it's going to be more people that's in the community that's joining this organization, and they might feel or might go through some of the things that y'all have experienced. What would you be able to do as a leader to help them out, or something?
It's okay. No, I think that's a good question. That's kind of flipping like the question I asked
I was
y'all.
gonna say, yeah.
I think for me personally, is just to radically exist. And that is a lot of things within like my personal life, like personally just trying to just exist in my own skin, authentically. That is a battle in itself, to just come to terms with the person that you are. Like, okay, like I can be transparent. Like, people usually think I'm just a lesbian.
Right.
I'm not. I'm pansexual. Like, that's one thing. Like, people make assumptions, right? And to like combat those assumptions, it doesn't matter who I date, right? It really doesn't. But when finding yourself, figuring out what you like, what you don't like, who you are, how you want to express yourself to the world is step one, and that's where I'm just trying to be real and raw with everybody, talk to as many people as I can, and just be myself. And I think that's one way. And just like, at least in my leadership style, just exist and talk to people like humans. Like, this is me.
Well, as in this case, I think as going to have soldiers, and especially as a 42 working at the top, and it's going to be more than just 4 soldiers working under me. I'm going to have to be seeing everyone very, very much. I'd say I'd always want to, at the very least, offer an open conversation to everyone, no matter what, right? And I always, granted, I'm always unhinged, so I guess maybe it's not that often. But realistically, it's just, I want to keep an open conversation. And if it's like, if you want it to have like a very soft, sensitive conversation and have it be serious about your relationship with the LGBTQA, or in this case, just like anything in general with me, in relation to anything of this sort, just feel free to talk, feel free to ask questions, feel free to even ask for help, right, to understand. And I always allow the openness of just my soldiers underneath me, or anyone to just talk to me about anything. And this is kind of why a part of me is like, this is why I kind of say the unhinged things that I do, because I'm like, I don't care what you want to say, what you want to believe in. You can feel free to share it with me. At the end of the day, I will respect it, and I will definitely just allow you to have that belief. I will not attempt to convert you. I will not attempt to push that belief that you have down. I will not try to force you to believe what I believe. I'm just going to tell you what I have believed, and I'm going to give it to you 100%, no sugarcoating.
Yeah.
I want you to the very bare minimum do the same exact thing for me.
Yeah.
So at the end of all of our episodes, let's shout out somebody special, or one person that believe that needs recognition. So allow you to start, fam.
Oh boy, how many do I have?
One.
Do I only get one choice? Damn it! Besides all my best friends that I love for playing D&D with me, I will definitely say I will shout out my boyfriend. Hey Christian.
Hi Christian.
Hi, Christian.
Okay. What's up, Christian?
I love him to death, and he doesn't share too many similar political ideologies with me, but he's definitely one of the people that, through conversation and everything, that I've come to understand that like people are gonna have different beliefs, right, but at the very end of the day, we still love each other, right, because there's something deeper than just this political ideology, right? So,
What you got, man?
I don't have much. I just want to say thank y'all. I know we said one, but thank y'all for having me here talk about this important issue. for topic because I do really think. Period. I think it's important, and let your freak flag fly,
Okay.
Yes.
and let's just break the stigma on talking about being queer. Like,
Okay.
yeah, that's all. That's all I got. Thank y'all.
Actually, for me, it's you.
Aw.
So you got promoted, what, literally yesterday or the day before? Yesterday. So this is really you. It's you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Let's see. What I got?
This one.
I'm gonna say my family. As dysfunctional.
You said one.
My family as a whole. It's not just one. It's plenty. We make up.
Okay.
We make up one. They are. It's like y'all all have, right? They make up who I am, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And if some of them did not want me to be here, I am grateful for every last one for allowing me to be me and helping me be the man I am today. So, yes.
All right.
And on that note.
It's a wrap.
Bye.